you have already got your TAs with you. And the point now is that you begin to start planning the actual field work. And on your schedules, you'll see that there's a number of things that looks like next week is jam-packed. That's actually jam-packed with time for you to do the planning. And the planning requires a lot. So for those who've done field work before, you know how important this is. For those of you who haven't, you can't do enough of it. And this requires going through everything, and we have everything prepared. Okay.
Ta-da! This is next week. What's in red is where you have to be. What's in blue is where you should plan to be with your TA. And what's in yellow is where you will get a time slot sometime that day to do the said activity. So if your group for some reason can't meet at any of these times for the said activity, say you have to be there after 10 on Friday, let me know and we can plan that ahead. There's also a lecture, popular lecture by Karen's named sister in this very auditorium, I believe, on Friday, which we recommend you go to.
Yeah.
So for those who have been emailing and asking, can I go to work, can I go to this class, can I do this, you can, as long as it's outside the red zones, then you're set.
Yeah.
If it's in there, then try to make it.
Right.
And we will upload this file now to VC this, so you can see this file and everything.
Yeah.
We also uploaded all the previous field reports until 2007, I think.
2007.
So when you're on MySpace on this page, you just hit File Storage, and you hit Field Project, and Previous Slides and Reports. So they're sorted by year, which is a little bit impractical for you, but very practical for us. The easiest way to work around this is just to download this whole folder as a zip file. So click this button. And then you can just download all the files and delete the ones you don't need and then figure out.
If you open up one of them, maybe.
For sure.
So, for example, that year in 2013, we did Svartedike, which was the drinking water, Kirkebukten, and not quite sure, and Hetlebakstemme. Which one is that?
This is the really one.
Okay, yeah. And Lundingsbæk and Nordås, so Nordnes. So those were the sites that were taken that year. For example, it looks like that. So you get all of the stuff plus some of the raw data at the back. So that's what it ends up looking like, right? And you get to go through those reports for your site. Because there's a couple of sites this time around that have not been investigated previously. If that's the case, find out what are the characteristics of your water, also from your municipal representative, and look at reports that were similar to. So there's a couple of ones that are basically small creeks. Anything that has a lake in it is also comparable. So you have basically streams or lakes and bathing areas. Look at things that are comparable.
Yeah, I'm finished.
Oh, okay. So basically, there's two things now you're going to do. Go into the file storage lecture notes, the one that Lars from the municipality showed, because there he's got the questions for each named site. So that is your first point. Focus on the question. And you're going to have to design a sampling methodology, a protocol, that answers the question. And, okay, so focus on the question. But your methodologies have only got basically, you've got E. coli. These are the things you have to work with. Phosphate. Abiotic things that you take with a measurement in one form or another on site, and then biodiversity. If there's anything else that you can work with, consider how you get the equipment, and consider what you're going to be doing with it. So these are the main things that you're all going to be working with. And now, I guess you can just go to work. So now take the next half hour, go through and find the slide that was about your site, look at the question, and now start plowing through the previous reports to see if your site is there or not. and start to design. Focus on the question. You're going to need maps, and some of them are, well, they're on Google Maps anyway. But the municipality will also have background information. And you have now a half an hour in class to start, yes. And we are here to help you to get the supplementary information if you need it.